Hey, yo, what's up? Holla at your boy Fragrance family, and welcome back to the Pastor Smell Good YouTube channel, where the scent is always lovely and the sillage is absolutely divine. I greet you in the name of peace, prosperity, and oh yes, perfumery. Listen, I'm glad to be coming back your way, strolling these YouTube streets again, shoving out some fragrance content to my favorite people in the world, and that's you, and you, the Smell Good family. So today, our fragrance of choice, as you could see on the title, is going to be a trip to the house of Tom Ford as we talk about Noir de Noir. What you see right here in my hand is a pre-formulation bottle of this gem in the frag community. Interesting story as to how I was able to get my hands on this fragrance. I think it was when I had originally cut my Tom Ford Black Orchid EDP review. Go and check that video out if you haven't watched it yet. That someone who was watching the video came in the comment section and asked, had I ever smelled Noir de Noir? And much to my horror, I had to admit I had never smelled it before, but it was definitely on my radar. At some point, I was going to make it my business to, if not own it, at least get my nose on the fragrance. Well, I'm in a fragrance group, and not too long ago, there was a fragrance fella, a fragrance bro, in another country who had mentioned that he was looking for a certain Parfum de Marly scent. He said if you would trade off the scent, he would go ahead and trade this 100 ml pre-formulation bottle of Noir de Noir. I said, this is my moment. Now, the reason I didn't mind selling off the PDM I had is because I actually have another bottle of the vintage formulation of that PDM. So I wasn't losing too much. I was gaining everything with getting this particular bottle. So we went ahead and made the deal. So I got the fragrance, put it up to my nose, and I like what I smell, but y'all, I realized something. This fragrance smells like something that I've smelled before. All right? So let's go ahead and get into the notes, because I'm going to reference this at the end of the review. The fragrance opens up with saffron. It has a mid of some truffle, floral notes, and rose. Then in the base, you're going to get some patchouli, you're going to get some oak moss, you're going to get some oud, and you're going to get some vanilla. So when all of this stuff comes out of the atomizer and it begins to assault your nostrils, what type of development, what type of aroma are you going to smell? Well, first and foremost, there are two front runners in this scent that pop straight out of the atomizer to these nostrils. And that is the patchouli and the truffle note. There's something about the truffle note in here that makes me think that just maybe there is some chocolate in this scent, or maybe the way the truffle, the patchouli, and the vanilla are working with each other is just giving a chocolate accord. But whatever the case is, I want you guys to know this fragrance is truffle heavy and it is patchouli heavy. What I love about the patchouli note is that it gives the fragrance a sexiness. It gives the fragrance a seductiveness. It gives the fragrance a darkness, which is why I believe this fragrance is aptly named Noir de Noir, because in the French tongue, noir simply means black. So whenever a fragrance comes off as a black fragrance to me, it's a fragrance that I truly believe has a sexiness to it. And that patchouli note does it well. And the warmness of the truffle and the vanilla and the oud working together, it gives this chocolatey gourmand essence to the fragrance, okay? There is some activity with the florals, okay? The spiciness of the saffron is going to hit you in the opening. It's going to be coupled with a very beautiful rose, kind of like maybe a Turkish rose or something like that. But I also believe there's a possibility that there's some carnation and or some geranium in this scent. It's not listed, but I definitely pick up geranium here. Somewhat reflective of the geranium note that's in Versace Dreamer. Okay, definitely picking that up here in the fragrance. But guys, you need to know something about this scent. The scent is linear. There's not a lot of development, okay? This fragrance shoots straight. Listen, this fragrance shoots like a 270, flat. Ain't a whole bunch of development going on here with this particular fragrance. I just want you to know that straight out of the gate. This fragrance is extremely linear. But boy, do these notes work extremely well together. Mm-mm-mm. You're going to get the warmness and the sweetness of the vanilla. This fragrance is not overly sweet, but it's sweet enough to be warm, okay? There's a oud note in here as well that I'm definitely picking up. I'm a fan of oud. So much a fan of oud. You guys know how crazy I am about New York oud by the House of Bond number 9. You know how crazy I am about the way the oud note is being used in some of the Amouage fragrances. Crazy about oud. Now, Tom Ford's Oud Wood, it did absolutely nothing for me. I found the scent to be boring and underwhelming, to say the least. But the way it's used here is some kind of awesome. Okay, it really is. Last but certainly not least, in the base of this fragrance, there's also the oak moss note that I mentioned earlier. I think the oak moss note is put into the base to lend some earthy, clean support to the patchouli note. I truly believe that. The oak moss is not dominant, but I can feel the earthiness, the mossiness of that oak moss note coupled with that patchouli. It doesn't turn the fragrance in a green direction for me at all. It just puts a little touch of cleanliness on the scent. But guys, by and large, this is a beautiful, sweet fragrance. Not overly sweet, not hyper sweet. You know, it's not like that, but like I said earlier, sweet enough to be a warm fragrance. Okay. Now remember, when I first started the review, I had told you guys that when I first smelled this out of the well, I was about to say out of the atomizer, but when I first smelled this scent out of the box, when I opened it up, I said, I have been here before. I have read this book before. I have watched this movie before. This fragrance is reminding me of something. I just couldn't put my finger on it. But when I continued to wear it, there are two fragrances it reminded me of. The first one was very reminiscent of Thierry Mugler's Pure Leather. Okay? Now, let me tell y'all something about Pure Leather. I don't like it. I remember I was trying to get that scent in order to get my Mugler collection filled. And when I tell y'all I hated that scent, I thought it was cheap. I thought it was very synthetic. I thought it was poorly done. It wasn't blended well. Hell, it wasn't named well. They named it Pure Leather. It smelled like pure suede to me. I just could not stand the scent. So, with that being said, I just went ahead and I sold a bad boy off. Okay, but this one here is a much better refined and high quality experience of it that I really like, which kind of reestablishes me to the way I originally felt about Pure Leather, and that the fragrance was just trash. It just wasn't well done. But there's another fragrance this reminded me of, Nascimado's Baraunda. Yes, there are some Baraunda touches going on here. Okay, you just don't have the whiskey note, but it's very reminiscent of Nascimado's Baraunda. All right, so let me go ahead and talk about the performance of this fragrance. Is Noir de Noir gonna get up on off you? No, it's not beast mode. Okay, I think it's a moderate projector. I get about an hour and a half of projection, then she begins to get closer to the skin. But what she does not do in projection, she does in longevity. I'll get between 8 or 10 hours in this scent. So it does last. Am I going to get an ocean worth of sillage? No, but who really needs it, okay? Every fragrance that you own, you don't need a ton of sillage behind you. Long as you got a nice scent bubble, I think you should be good. You don't want the fragrance to always go out and recruit people and bring them to you from across a room, okay? You don't always want that to happen. Now, there may be some fragrances you do want to happen, but that's not all the time, okay? As far as the occasions, when will I put this on? I'm going to put this fragrance on when I'm dressed to, I ain't going to say impress, but when I'm dressed for success, okay? Listen, I love to put this on when I got on a suit, a three-piece, when I got on my exotic Belvedere shoes, or hey, maybe I got on jeans, button down, in a sports coat. That's the type of dress I'm gonna put on when I wear this. I'm not gonna wear this with basketball shorts and flip flops. I'm not gonna wear this to the beach. Okay, I'm not gonna wear this to a family day out in the park. No, 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 no. Listen, this type of baby needs to be handled like a dozen eggs. You gotta handle her with care. All right, so that's the type of dress. Now, as far as the occasion goes, this is where my review may be in line with other reviewers, and it may not be. The name of the fragrance is Noir de Noir. Like I said earlier, noir in French means black. Whenever I think of a black fragrance, I'm thinking of a sexy fragrance. I'm thinking about a seductive, dark fragrance. A fragrance I wouldn't mind putting on for a date with my wife somewhere. Or hey, maybe we're going to a formal event at night and I got on a black suit with a black tie and a white shirt. Yes, I'm putting this on. Let's say I have to do some official work out in the community as a cleric, and it's cool. Maybe it's at night. Yes, I will definitely put on this type of scent. Okay, this is something that's just really warm. It's inviting. It's cozy, and it's elegant, guys. That's what we do here on the Smell Good channel. Listen, this is not the room where average men hang out. On this channel, we are classy. On this channel, we're sophisticated. On this channel, we are refined. On this channel, we are distinguished. On this channel, we are regal. On this channel, guys, look, we go out and we earn our keep. So when we step out, not only do we look good, we smell even better, okay? And this particular fragrance here, it just smells like success. This fragrance here smells like a man who is confident, doesn't need anybody's validation. He doesn't need anybody's praise. He doesn't need anybody to make him feel good about himself. Every day he gets up out of the bed, he knows he's somebody. Every day he gets out of the bed, he knows he's living life on purpose. These are the type of fellas I think Tom Ford had in mind with this particular scent. All right? So let's talk about how she performs from the line. What's her free throw percentage? How many stars am I going to give her out of 5? I'm going to give her 4 out of 5 stars. That's it. 4 out of 5. Listen, this fragrance does not have a wow factor to me. Okay? This fragrance to me, it doesn't do what the 2016 bottle of Creed Aventus did for me. This doesn't do for me what the 4-ounce bottle of Green Irish Tweed did for me, or this doesn't do for me what Amawage's Enclave did for me. Now, y'all know I'm an Enclave fanboy. Okay, this doesn't do for me what Xerjoff Naxos did at all. But what she does do, she does it well. Okay, so I'm gonna give her a 5 out of 5. I'm sorry, a 4 out of 5. And guys, I almost forgot. Compliment factor, because I know that's what a lot of you guys like to hear about, and there's nothing wrong with that. Whenever I put on Tom Ford Noir de Noir, and I've had a wonderful sample of wearing it, I've worn her well into the lower 80s. I've worn her in the 70s all the way down to the 40s here in Louisiana. And every time I put her on, even when I'm dressed to kill, 0 compliments. Nobody complimented me when I put this on. But remember what I said, guys. Compliments are a byproduct of a fragrance you enjoy. We hardworking men out here, okay? We grinders. We roll up our sleeve every day. We wear fragrance because it's what we like. If other people like it with us, goody goody gumdrops. If they don't, oh well, okay? I like this fragrance. I dig it a lot. It ain't a 5 out of 5. It's 4 out of 5. But I'm not going to stop spraying this stuff because I haven't gotten any compliments. I like what it does for me, okay? So that's my take on Tom Ford Noir de Noir. Thank you guys for your time. Listen, we just got out of school yesterday, so I got about 8 hours that are freed up. So I think somewhere I can fuse in some time to come here and bring you guys some more content in these 2 weeks that I'm off. All right? So God bless you. God keep you guys. Stay on your purpose. And remember, look good, and smell even better. Holla at your boy.